Hi, my name is Paul Shellum, and I'm with www.best-ebook-readers.net. Since I'm involved with portable ebook readers or e-readers, I often get asked, what's the best ebook reader? The answer depends on a number of things specific to you and your needs, including what you'll be doing with it, the type of documents you want to read, how much you want to spend, and more. So I decided to put together some information on the types of features and capabilities you should consider regarding the ebook reader devices you might purchase. And I came up with what I consider to be 7 key considerations to help you choose the best portable ebook reader for you. Let me again list what I consider to be 7 key considerations. So here they are in no special order. First is form factor, audio, memory or storage capacity, digital content availability, file type compatibility, connectivity and coverage, and last, and certainly not least, convenience. Okay, in part 1 we covered form factor. In part 2 we'll cover the next few issues, starting with audio. Now, you might be asking, why would audio be a key consideration for your choice of the best ebook reader? Well, as someone once said, better to have a gun and not need it than to need a gun and not have one. Now, I'm not coming down anywhere on the whole Second Amendment issue, just giving a sort of pertinent illustration. Many of us like to have our favorite devices available. And music players like iPod and MP3 players rank right up there with the favorite devices category, like things like George Foreman's tabletop grill. So, it's a significant factor, and for many people like to have music in the background while they're doing things. I see it on the computers all the time. So if you'd like to have background music while you read, wouldn't it be nice if the ebook reader offered that capability instead of finding it necessary to bring another device? So, also, more connected, let's say, to the reading realm, however, is the issue of audiobooks, like those you can get from audible.com, audiobooks.com, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Kobo, many other suppliers provide audiobooks. And obviously, you'll need to have audio capabilities in your ebook reader in order to take advantage of audiobooks. And then there's that matter of that slick text-to-speech capability, where your ebook reader can just read the text in your ebook, the text in the currently loaded ebook to you. Now, once again, if you have audio output capabilities. Most ebook readers do not have this capability right now, but a few do, especially the Amazon Kindle. Now, I'll mention that the Edge and the Pocket Edge from Entourage do. FNAC Book from FNAC also does. And I would say, in terms of text-to-speech, expect more to acquire this capability fairly rapidly. It's a pretty slick feature, frankly. And again, this feature allows the e-reader to simply voice the text from the currently loaded ebook using the audio output. You can get either male or female digitized voices, but there is a pronounced robotic, emotionless sound to it. It's a bit like having Stephen Hawking read your ebook to you. All in all, however, it sounds reasonable and it's good enough to easily understand. Don't expect to get a true audiobook experience with professional readers adding emotion and bombast and that sort of stuff with it, along the lines of books on tape and Amazon's Audible and audiobooks and things like that. But it's convenient and it's usable. Now, again, if the ebook reader provides audio, and most do, consider how the audio is delivered. Some ebook readers have headphone jacks, some have speakers, but some of the best ebook readers, like the Kindle, the Nook, the Sony Touch, the iPad, have both speakers and headphone jacks, which is very convenient. That way you can choose whichever you prefer at the moment. Okay. Ebook readers do not provide audio. The Sony Pocket Edition doesn't provide audio, and that makes it less expensive. It makes them smaller, lighter, etc., and use less battery power. So it depends on what you're looking for in an ebook reader. The other thing that I'll say to you, just one last comment, and that is ebook reader speakers are not of adequate size and quality for good high-fidelity music, so don't expect concert hall sound. The next factor is memory or storage capacity. Start off by saying that, ebooks are essentially digital files, pretty much like any typical computer file. And just as with computers, you need to store these files in digital memory. Now, 1 gigabyte, or 1 GB here is a gigabyte, which equals a billion bytes. That's billion with a B. Okay, so 1 gigabyte of digital memory will hold about 700 to 800 ebooks. File size for any given ebook will depend on a number of things, including the length of the book, whether or not the book has illustrations and graphics, whether or not color is supported, the type of file, and a number of other things. So the actual number of books you can store in a gigabyte vary widely. Now, all ebook readers have memory. There is internal memory, like RAM, like a computer's RAM, and all e-readers have internal memory. Must be. That's the way it works. And some, like the Kindle and the Sony Pocket Edition, only have internal memory. And then there's expandable memory, which is provided through so that some ebook readers like the Nook, the Sony Touch, the Kobo, the iRex readers, the SciBook, and a great many others, frankly, also have memory expansion slots so they can support external memory. External memory devices include things like SD cards, micro SD cards, SDHC cards, and memory sticks. Here's a picture of some of those SDHC cards, and yes, they're exactly the same things that you use in your digital camera. So once again, some e-readers have only internal memory. Many e-readers support external memory, and I'm going to I tend to lean toward those that support expandable memory, and go about that as we go through the process here. The other thing to say is keep in mind that the e-reader's operating system, or OS, okay, and the reading software that allows you to read the books and do the things that you do, like look up things in a dictionary and all, take up a good portion of the internal memory the device comes with. For e-readers like the Kindle, takes up 1 gigabyte of the memory that the system comes with. The Sony takes up 1.4 gigabytes. So don't forget that whatever you're looking at in terms of the memory that the system comes with, it's not all going to be available for ebooks. A big chunk of it, as in the case, like I say, of the Kindle and the Sony, is for the computer operating system that is running the thing. And just as a quick run through, Linux or Linux or Linux, or however one says that, and I've heard it said each and every way that you can possibly imagine, is the most popular OS for operating systems right now, and that includes devices with it's used by devices like the Kindle, the Sony, the iRex, the Bokeen. Android is an up-and-comer. It's used by the Nook and the Entourage, Velocity Micro, and I sincerely expect that to be more popular as time passes on, because it's obviously being used in smartphones, and it's being used in some of the tablets like the Samsung Galaxy Tab and things like that. So you can expect it to become more widespread as time passes on. So and it's convenient. The Apple iOS is another much touted and much ballyhooed operating system, and everybody's heard of it in one way, shape, or form or another, and that's what the iPad uses. Windows CE is also used by some ebook readers, and consider memory as you do with computers. Okay, take a lesson from the computer world. More memory is always better, and expandable memory is to some extent infinite memory. While the ability to hold thousands of books may sound like more than you'll ever need, a gigabyte hard disk drive in your computer was also once considered humongous beyond belief. With the ascendancy of audio and video, a gigabyte is now considered itsy-bitsy. Your ebook reader is very likely to become your digital library, so make sure your ebook reader has enough memory and or memory expansion capability to accommodate all the things you're going to want to do with it. So, and note also one other comment that I'll make is if your newest choice for best ebook reader supports the same type of expandable memory as your previous choice for best ebook reader, then your library of ebooks and documents can be easily ported to your new e-reader. So, in the words of an old movie, an old TV show actually, it's choose wisely, grasshopper. So once again, there's the 7 key considerations that I've come up with so far. That we've covered a few of them, and we're moving on. And on the next we'll cover some more of them. And once again, I'll just point you to our best-ebook-readers.net site if you want more information. And you might want to consider taking a look at our Best eBook Readers YouTube channel. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a pleasant day. Goodbye for now.